Hey everybody, I'm trying to keep the music a little light today, a little calming because I have a feeling that I'm going to lose my mind. The world is a crazy place. Really is. What am I drinking today? A little White Claw lemonade blood orange. It says with a hint of black raspberry. Let's see how that one goes. Yeah, very good. Can't go bad with the White Claw lemonade. Better than the other stuff. So as I said, the world is going crazy. I don't know why this keeps coming up. Actually, I do, because liberals are out of their minds and people want to be recognized and want us to accept their delusions. I will not accept your delusion. For the 1,000th time, I've said it. Men cannot have babies. They can't. Trans men are not men. They're women. Men have a set of balls and a penis and cannot have babies. You want to believe the science? Let's start by believing the basic biology. Let's just start by believing basics. If you want to pretend or you want to think that you're a woman, go right ahead. No problem with it. Do what you got to do. If you want to pretend that you're a man, good. If this is how you identify and what you want to think, great. Be a good person. I have got no problem with you. But don't expect me to buy in to what you're selling. Simple as that. I'm not buying what you're selling. It's easy. Let's go back to just being normal people so all us normals know what the hell is going on. It's absolutely crazy. You know, speaking of crazy, these dating apps, man. Woman goes on a dating app, hooks up with a guy, and he wasn't giving her eye contact during sex. She cut his penis off when he fell asleep. You better look at your partner in the eye, fella. It could be big problems. Another one tops that. Guy in Michigan goes on a dating app, meets another man, kills him, cuts off his testicles, and eat him. What dating app are these people using? That wasn't listed. I think that is very important information. Is there a cutting penis off app? I mean, I'm not sure. I've never been on a dating app, but it seems a little radical to me. Don't use dating apps, man. Gotta go back old school. Get out there and meet somebody. I mean, really. We're going crazy. You know, how do you take a story? How do you take a story that is has a Tin Man, a Scarecrow, a lion, and all these fictional characters speak, a green witch, flying monkeys, magical red shoes, little people, wizards, and make it more diverse? Oh, wait, let me see. Let's put some trans people in there and some gay representation and do it all over again. Again with Hollywood. Why do we keep regendering and re-racing these things? It doesn't work. I keep hearing how these are the brightest, most creative people in the world. They just want to recreate stuff that was already done. Let's think of something new. I mean, come on, man. Give me a break already. It really is crazy. And then I'm reading an article about red wine. How people are starting to replace red wine with mushrooms. First of all, I'm not really sure how that works. I'm not replacing my red wine with mushrooms. But what's next? Fentanyl for whiskey? I mean, come on. Once again, can everybody just give me a break? Everybody give me a break. Drink your wine. Drink your whiskey. You want to do mushrooms? Do your mushrooms. Let's stop replacing regular drinks and alcohol with hallucinogenics and crazy hard drugs. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, I say this every week. I just don't understand. I don't understand. You know, like the big hurricane down there in down south, and you had our vice president who still identifies African American, which I can't figure out. Must be the color chart. So she goes out and she says that we have to get the money first to the areas that have the most colored people in it, the most people of color. I don't know. Did the hurricane affect them any harder? Did it affect them any worse? How about we get the money to the communities, regardless of color, that will hit the hardest? Does it make a difference? Hurricane doesn't care what color you are, what size you are, what gender you are, what you identify as. If you're in its way, it's knocking the shit out of you. Simple as that. Let's stop talking because it's no longer equal and equality. Now it's let's do as much as we can to make up for some past transgression. I'm so sick of hearing about these reparations and slavery and talking about the history of slavery. You know what history's never talked about? I'll tell you what history's never talked about. In Africa, the black folk were the greatest slave traders in the world. They enslaved their own people and sold them to the white folk. That is a part of history nobody wants to recognize. And until we start there, you cannot move forward and just blame the white man. Everything isn't white supremacy. But I got something that may be. Who are these people cooking in NyQuil? I don't know if I talked about this last week, but apparently somebody got really sick. You can't cook breaded chicken in NyQuil. Isn't it? I mean, aren't we complaining now about breaded chicken and deep frying it that it's white supremacy? Everything's white supremacy. I guess some dude who is white came up with this NyQuil ridiculous challenge. What are you doing? Do not cook food in NyQuil. What is wrong with you? Go get some fentanyl or drink a White Claw. Once again, I am sure is rooted in white supremacy. Now we have, I don't know if you guys know who Joy Reid is. Joy Reid is a woman of color. She is one of the top race baiters in the world. She came out and criticized Ron DeSantis. Now, I don't care how anybody feels about Ron DeSantis. He's the governor of Florida. And he warned people, said, we are a Second Amendment state. Looters beware. And Joy Reid came out and said that was racist and it sounds like a segregationist. Joy, I'm not sure. Did you just say that only black folk loot? I'm telling you, that's the inference I got. I think that's what you meant. I think this one may have backfired on you. Why don't you try baiting somebody else? Because we're not biting. Really, ridiculous. Then same hurricane, genius woman. Reporter used a condom to cover her microphone so it wouldn't get wet. Condom. I mean, how can you go bad? That is an extra great use for a condom. You don't use it for sex, smuggling drugs. Now putting it over a microphone. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. I'm telling you, genius. She was thinking on the fly. How'd that conversation go? Hey, Charlie, can you run down to CVS and get me a condom? I got to cover the microphone. Charlie must have thought at first he hit the jackpot because she was kind of cute. I don't know about that. Fantastic, though. Then, thank goodness that Biden came out about this hurricane. He said, listen, everybody be prepared. Be prepared for the hurricane. The number one thing you could do to be prepared for the hurricane is to get your vaccine now. Yep. Ian, iron, whatever they're calling it, would blow your house away, take a limb off, kill all your loved ones, kill your pets, destroy everything you have. But you know what? You got the COVID shot. Big bonus. I don't know who's feeding Joe these lines, but Joe better wake up, man. It's long gone for him. Our president is shot. I haven't heard him whisper or yell in a while, but he was on a podium the other day and he made the wrong turn to leave like, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President. You know, everybody's scattering. The guy's got no idea who he is, and he just looks around in a blank stare. I've seen that dementia Alzheimer's walk before, and he's got it, man. He's got it in spades. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. But it's a vital part of being ready. Then we got Pelosi talking about people in Florida. She wanted to know why. These illegal immigrants in Florida are being shipped up north. She wasn't sure. She said, we need those people down here to pick the crops. Racist much? I mean, we have one person of color saying racist stuff about black folk, and now Pelosi saying illegal immigrants and people of color, they can only pick crops? Nah, I'm not really sure that went for you, Nancy. Have another beer. Or a whiskey. Or all of them, because you haven't stopped drinking in the last 77 years since you've been in office. Man, term limits. She's the poster girl. But AOC is catching up quick. AOC with the hurricane said, this is why we need electric cars. You're not going to be able to get gasoline during a hurricane when everything goes out. Somebody needs to tell her how electricity works. That's what's usually going out, so you can't get everything else. Not the sharpest tool in his shed. She also said, I'm going to read you this one. Abortion is an economic issue because giving birth conscripts parents to work against their will. I have to tell you this. Nobody's working for their will. We're all working because we have to. She's now an expert on children and parents, even though she's not a parent or a child. Really, how did she win her election? How much free shit did she promise people? I mean, it's unbelievable. She stays pleasant on the eyes most of the time as long as she keeps her mouth shut. If she opens her mouth, she looks like Mr. Red. Just saying. Then once again, I get back to Joe. Good old Dementia Joe, Alzheimer Joe. Joe, I'm lost. He's at a fundraiser honoring a congresswoman who passed away, and her name was Jackie. So they're honoring the woman who has passed away. And he gets her and he's like, Jackie, you here? Jackie. Does anybody see Jackie? Jackie in the house. Jackie. You know, it's like Ferris Bueller. Bueller. He was like, Jackie, where are you? So then they asked the White House press secretary, and she said, oh, it's perfectly normal. Many people in government forget other Congress people are dead and look for them. What? I mean, how far in the abyss are we going to cover for Joe? How far? I'm really not sure. It's absolutely insane. Then we get a hurricane relief bill that the Democrats paraded out there and now saying all these Republicans voted against it. My question is, after giving another $12 billion to Ukraine last week, why was there more money for Ukraine in the hurricane relief bill? Let's have some single bills and stop putting pork in there and then holding it out that all these people are boycotting it, not voting on it. I'm not really sure, but once again, a couple of months, you're going to be sending your tax check right to Ukraine. Once again, just saying, it's really weird how this works out. No. Now, what else do I got today? Not much. I got a little advice. One's written in. This is a really strange one. I think this is right up my alley. Dear Angry Mac, I left the love of my life for what I thought was something better. Now I find myself 42 years old, no children, and all alone. What should I do? Can I get him back? Well, what should you do? What question is better? Can you get him back? No, you can't get him back, because the man would be a fool, or Joe Biden, to take you back. You leave a man for better pastures, you leave him for a while, he's the love of your life. Maybe you need to get your house in order. Maybe you need to get your brain back together. You deserve to be alone. How about this? You get down on your knees and you pray to God. Maybe you get a vision of how to be a normal person, and you get a vision to appreciate the life that you have, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. I mean, you're insane. You don't deserve him back, and he'd be a real jackass to take you back. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, listen, I say it every week. You have to take what you have today and really appreciate it. I went to a wedding the other day, and I met a bunch of family I didn't know, and it was absolutely fantastic. 50-something years, met great people who took me in like I've been there forever. And you know what? I am not going to take that for granted. I am going to maintain those relationships the best I can. I also find out that there's a very distinct possibility that I'm Native American Cherokee, which is a bonus for me. Explains the red face that goes along with the Irish that I have all the time, every time I drink and get angry. But, once again, I digress. Find somebody you love. Tell them you love them. Let them know you love them. Tell them you don't take them for granted. 3 strongest, most powerful words in English language. I love you. Go find somebody you love. Give them a hug. And I have to tell you, everybody I met over the weekend, Jackie, Kevin, Matt, Jason, my uncles, everybody who I never met before, I love you all already, man. Cheers, and I'm not going to take any of it for granted. See you guys next week.